It's going the wrong way, Holmes. There we go. Wrong way, Feldman, that guy from Gilligan's Island.
Have it pointed at Grace?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I had it pointed the right direction, but then it turned itself off.
It's not
So-
pointing at you now.
It's not.
No.
Anymore.
Is it time to really go do live?
It's really happening.
Shit, we are live. Hey everybody, this is Matt and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching. It is Sunday at 5 o'clock Mountain Time and we are live at 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of our new thing that we do. It's an old thing from some news station probably somewhere. There are there's a lot of chitty chatty going on in the comment section.
Learn to fart.
And Chris wants everyone to learn to fart. I don't know what that means, but
Every time I leave my iPad around, Matt uses it to write things.
So, Chris, guess who I saw at the auto parts store today? Richie Sambora. Okay, it was a guy who looked just like him if it wasn't him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Did you say anything to him?
no, dude, I was I was
Way
starstruck.
too scared? Yeah.
Starstruck, yeah.
Richie Sambora.
Yep. I don't know what he was doing at the Pep Boys, but I bet you, yeah. So what's been going on with you?
Same old good stuff. We did a lot of painting this week.
Yeah.
And
we did do a bunch of painting.
Yeah. What else did we do? We did a lot of stuff.
Well, yeah. So one of the things that we had to get a bunch of crap ready because tomorrow is the build your own guitar class. That's the day one of the build your own guitar class, and everyone who's coming from out of town, I bet, is here tonight. Well, I mean, they're not here at the shop, but they're here in the Denver metro area.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably at Casa Bonita or one of the other, Denver only kind of places that you can go to.
Right.
Mrs. Toast has this brand new bar that she loves. It's a dump. It's like a kick and stab joint that's right around the corner, and she really is excited to take people to the new bar. So if you're signed up for the Build Your Own Guitar class, maybe Friday, Mrs. Toast will go with us to this kick and stab joint bar that's right. Because so people have asked me like, hey, should I stay close to the shop? And I'm like, no, because we're in an industrial area and there are some places that you could stay for an evening or a week or an hour, but I wouldn't. You know what I mean? So the nice thing about Colorado or Denver is no matter where you stay, you won't be too far from the shop. And it's not like commuting in California or Dallas or somewhere. So it's not bad. So if you, like, for example, if you were staying at that new Hilton in Old Town Arvada, you're like 10 miles away at the most. And it won't take you very long to get. But anyway, so I don't know where people are staying. But I certainly do not recommend that you stay at the no-tell motel that's down the street. But anyway, so I'm totally jazzed. So I've heard from a couple of the guys who are coming, and they're like, "Man, I'm excited about it." I bet you I'm more excited than you.
It's going to
really
be.
I can't wait to see what people come up with. What else did we do this week though? We made a boatload of necks, a boatload of bodies. I got started on a brand new top secret project. I'm not even going to show you, but it's a new video series that is wicked awesome. And you guys are going to be blown away when you see how wicked awesome it is.
It's going to be pretty cool.
It's going to be pretty neat. I'm just looking around, and we sent off a bunch of guitars to people. So we're doing good. What is the actual top? What are we supposed to be talking about today? You know me, I don't need a whole lot of topics.
We had a lot of problems trying to figure out anything to talk about today.
That's why I can't remember what.
Both so wound up about the.
I went to bed at like
class.
8 o'clock last night.
Yeah, that we're having a hard time this afternoon. So, least favorite guitar players and guitar building class prep.
Okay, so what do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about the guitar building class
Okay.
prep.
Is everybody watching at home okay with that? If you're not okay with that, leave a thing on the
Yeah.
side that hey, God damn it, I thought we were going to talk about this thing in the right order, and yeah, shit like that. So, is anyone chimed in yet to say that? Yeah.
There's lots of good
Is anyone
good talk
telling like their least
Everybody's-
favorite guitar players?
Yeah, so you should let everybody know that Mrs. Toast is not here.
Oh, that's
in
right.
studio.
Mrs. Toast is not
She
here.
is-
She's
she
very
is
sleepy.
She is on the.
Oh,
she's
is she
watching and she's.
Is she watching?
commenting.
Hi, baby.
Uh-huh.
So this
Yeah,
morning,
They want to know why I only wear this shirt.
because you're the benevolent or head of the benevolent order of Weenie Roller Operator.
Yeah.
Duh.
It's my deal.
Yeah. Yeah. You invented it.
Yeah, and I also have a washing machine, so I wash it, after I wear it.
You don't
It's
just
not
go to
like
the shirt
only-
box
yeah.
and get a new one
No,
every time.
and, so I wear
Just
those
use the
same
rubber
shirt
to
on
wipe your
Sundays.
butt and then-
Okay,
yeah.
It's my Sunday shirt. It's my church shirt.
So this morning I made a batch of chili. It's in the crock pot.
Yeah.
It should be ready by the time I get home. It probably needs some stuff because I just was winging it.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Toast called me. She's like, "Hey, when's that chili gonna be ready?" And I'm like, 8 hours. She's like, 8 hours from when you started or 8 hours from now? I'm like, 8 hours. And so she sneaked into the crock pot and ate a big thing of it. So I don't know if there's gonna be any left for me when I get home. But I'm sure there's gonna be some. She doesn't eat very much. She's little. So, yeah. What?
Don't
So.
see me getting any chili, do I?
Oh no!
Yeah.
But we do have a microwave in the shop
Yeah.
now. We
Well,
should
I
get
made a
crock
bunch of
pot.
chili, probably more chili than I could even eat. I'll probably just throw some of it out. I make really good chili.
I'll probably just toss
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Do you like chili, Chris? Yeah, I like chili, man. Well, tough shit.
You should make some too.
Yeah, you should make some chili. Do you have a crock pot? No. All right.
Oh my word. Okay, so what are we talking about first? The guitar class.
I don't know. El Rondo says he's still waiting for his Patreon shirt.
Well, okay. I see. I don't know how. You guys gotta keep me posted on that shit. I don't know who's gotten stuff. If you're a Patreon member and you haven't gotten your shirt, send me a thing and tell me you need your shirt.
You got to keep on him constantly.
You really do,
You really
yeah.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like I'm just sitting around, making chili all the time. I'm not like a fireman where I go to fires and heart attacks and then make chili. I'm doing other shit too.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're waiting for a shirt, send Matt a thing, because otherwise I'll just be in here.
But I'm gonna check if you're not
long.
actually a Patreon person. I'm gonna check. So yeah. Anyway. What was I gonna say? So what are we talking about first? Guitar prep or guitar class prep?
Yeah, let's just talk about the guitar. Yeah, class prep.
So does anyone have any questions before we start about what our Build Your Own Guitar class is about, or should we just give everyone the?
Yeah. Show off the merch.
Okay.
Show off the gear.
Oh, Grace is gonna drag some of that stuff over. So when you show up to class, you'll get a big pile of stuff. Oh, thank you so much. So there'll be some of the. See, like you get a pencil,
Unsharpened.
unsharpened.
That'll be the first thing we do. I was going to give everybody a razor blade, but I'm going to wait until they're sitting.
So you get this big stack of stuff and all the parts and pieces that you will need to design and build your own guitar. And you get to do the outline of the body. You get to shape your own neck. You get to radius your own fretboard. You get to do your own inlay. You get to press in your own frets. Notice I didn't say bash in with a hammer your own frets. You get to do your own headstock shape. We use hip shot tuners and bridges. There's a big bag of stuff here that with all the other potentiometers and pickups and shit like that. So, yeah, these are going to be cool. There's a lot of work in 5 days. A ton of work. And I'm going to be on everyone's ass to get this. So here's the thing. Come hell or high water, on Friday at 6, you are walking out of here with a guitar that you designed and built and assembled and tested and wired and set up and did. We're going to have like a very basic finish that goes on these guitars, because this isn't a spray-on finish class.
No.
You know what I mean? That would be a completely other class, a whole other kettle of fish. But there is so much neat stuff with building your own guitar, and I cannot wait to see what the guys come up with. Are you drinking Coca-Cola, or do you have whiskey in that too? I know. I saw you over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's good.
Is your Coke alarm gonna go off again?
Yeah, my Coke alarm on my phone.
So somebody said that they wanted to know if we could get Miller High Life out here, and I'm like, well, yeah, we're like,
Yeah.
you know, we're like a big town. Anyway, we have Miller High Life. I don't know why we
Yeah.
settled on, and I use the word settled on. I don't know why we settled on Coors Light. I really don't. I mean,
don't
it just sort of
either.
happened.
I honestly don't even really like it that much.
Do you not?
No, it's not my favorite.
Okay.
But it's okay.
All right. Well,
You know, hey,
Hey.
whatever.
what are you gonna do?
Miller High Life.
I don't.
Champagne of beers.
The champagne
Yeah.
of beer. The problem, I'm just not really much of a drinker. So we used to drink Budweiser, and I don't know.
Ugh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your go-to beer, Chris? When you're not here, what do you like?
If it's just beer,
Yeah.
probably just PBR is fine.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Pabst Smear Ribbon. I like
Yeah.
Shiner. So if I'm gonna like upgrade to beer,
Yeah.
I like Shiner Bock, and I
Mhm.
like Guinness a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't drink. You know, you don't come in from mowing the lawn and drink a Guinness. So anyway, hey, did I tell you I saw Richie Sambora at the Pep Boys
No, you
today?
didn't tell me that.
I did.
Yeah. Somebody
Um,
wondered if he was working there.
I don't know. I don't know
Is there
what.
unlimited alcohol during the build?
No, there's not unlimited alcohol during the build. In fact, so guys, we actually have a legitimate shop here, and you need to follow a lot of safety protocol. And if you can't, we can still be friends, but you can't build guitars in our shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
So,
once again, we always kid around about
Yeah.
how much beer we drink. We don't drink
It's
during
not-
the day.
no.
We don't use power tools and drink, and
we're not
have a
slamming
cold one
beers.
sitting there while we're
Yeah, so if you
So-
want to drink, if you want to start drinking, you got to stop working. Now, will you decide to do that at 6 o'clock at night or 8 in the morning? I don't care, but
yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah. So anyway,
so what else? Has anyone got any questions besides can you slam beers the whole time?
Joseph Caswell wants to know what the neck looks like, the headstock looks like on the unbuilt neck. It looks like that, and you get to do whatever you want with
Yeah,
it.
that's right. You get to shape
Yeah.
the headstock however you see fit, and you also have to put the it's oversized, so it needs to be ground down quite a bit to be the proper headstock thickness.
Yeah, you get to use the old man machine.
You get to that's
But,
right. That was another
yeah.
thing is what tools do you get to use, and you even get to use my beloved pin router.
Yeah, I think a lot of this class is what cool tools do I get to use that I don't own?
You get to use quite a few. There's only a couple of cool tools you don't get to use, but my beloved pin router is one that you do get to. You get some time on the beloved pin router. So I think that's neat.
Yeah.
So anything else, or is that enough on guitar school prep?
I guess that's enough on guitar school prep.
If we had a guitar prep school,
We had to clean.
we did. We had
We
to
swept.
And
it
when you
looks
come
pretty
in,
nice
if
here.
you're in the class tomorrow and you're watching right now, you're not gonna be able to tell we cleaned, but I assure you we cleaned.
It's a wood shop.
Yeah. So, anyway,
Looks like the paddle I was spanked with in junior high.
who's that? Joseph Caswell.
No, Bullwhip Johnson says that.
When I was going to school in Texas, they would still paddle us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, even in high school, yeah, you could do swats or detention,
Mm-hmm.
and if you weren't a puss, you would do swats.
Yeah.
Unless Mr. LaFavor was the one giving it, because he was like the wrestling guy, and he didn't want to fuck around. But anyway, yeah, some big dude who was sadistic anyway, and then you gave him a stick to hit you with. No, you don't want to mess around with that. Anyhow, so
All right.
what? Oh yeah. So anyway, so what else? What do we got? What do we got going there, Chris? Who's all joining us?
Everybody's here.
Guys, thank
The
you so
gang's all
much for
here.
joining us
Yeah.
on Sundays. I can't tell you how cool it is to hang out with you guys. And even though I have a top secret project, oh bless you. Even though we have a top secret project that I can't share with you until the first video posts, I think you're gonna be blown away at how neat this is, and I'm excited to share that with you. Unfortunately, all next week I'm gonna be busy teaching, so I'm not gonna be able to like work on top secret projects.
Yeah, I keep saying, well, I'll just do that next week.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
wait.
yeah,
No,
you
I
won't.
Yeah.
What do you think? What are you excited about for the class, Chris? Just to meet the people and see what they come up with?
I think so. And just, because I think everybody's going to be really jazzed to do this stuff.
I know I
And
am.
even
yeah.
the smallest things, they'll be like, oh, wow, that's really
I hope
cool.
so,
And,
yeah.
Yeah, and it's fun to share that, our knowledge with people that are excited about,
Sure. I think we
learning
should
that kind of
do
stuff.
1 or 2 live videos. How about we do a live video every day if it's applicable?
Yeah, we might be able to do
I mean,
that.
it won't be for
Yeah.
very long. It's not going to be like sit down and hang out with the guys for an hour. It'll be like a few minutes, live bursted out there.
Yeah,
what's going on?
We'll ask and see if they're down with that. Maybe show some progress
Mm-hmm.
of, and
could.
that'd be fun.
Grace was saying we could do that at the end of the day because she subscribes to my philosophy, which is today you should be able to kick yesterday you's ass. Right? So, anyway.
Is deodorant a must? Yes.
Who said that?
Joe Hervey.
I don't know who that is. Is he
I don't
coming to
know.
the
I
class?
don't. He might. I don't know if he's in the class.
Or does he
keeps
see the
asking.
deodorant in the background there? That
Oh,
we've got
maybe.
some. If you stink,
Yeah.
you'll get. If you stink, you'll get the nickname Stinky. That's
Oh,
right.
Sorry, I was
waiting on
reading
you.
comments.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And then we'll hose you down.
Yeah. Everybody gets a nickname.
That's right.
Right.
That's
And
right.
We only have 4.
no.
Really, we only have 3.
It's not like boot camp. You may
No,
or
it
may
is.
not
It's
get
exactly
it.
like boot
It's
camp.
exactly.
There's
We should
what,
change
Stinky,
the name. Fatty.
Fatty,
Yeah.
Little Joe, and Fatty too.
Little Joe.
So hopefully you fit into one of those categories.
Yeah, jokey joke maker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes there's.
No.
But if you're cool enough to get a nickname, who among us actually has a nickname? Monkey,
Yeah.
barely legal Lance, who's here tonight.
Little brutal, but I've never shared that with
I didn't know that was your nickname. There's only a handful of people who have nicknames. Anyway,
Yeah.
Steve from Maximum Guitars has a nickname.
So people are talking about the learn to build a guitar and what they would build, and
Hold
it's
on,
all
my
stuff
wife
that
is- my wife
they're
is
not
on the
gonna let
phone
you
here.
build. We're not going to let them build. Yeah. Okay.
Hello, Carrie Ann. Tell them to shut it. Who? Tell who to shut it. Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Lance and Grace, you're both to shut it. Okay. So anyway, then what happened?
Apparently, Stinky doesn't get one-on-one instructions.
Not very long. Anyway.
How you doing over there, Stinky?
Stay over there.
Keep going.
You're
Yeah.
doing a good
I'll
job.
throw this razor blade to you.
You're all doing very well. So what was
what
the-
were
They-
we
you were
talking-
saying something that
Oh
somebody
yeah,
had
they're like neck through, double neck, bass, double neck.
Yeah, so the important thing here is at the introductory level, build your own guitar workshop, we have streamlined the process so that you come out with something cool at the end.
Yeah.
Now, if you're interested in some of that other stuff, we have advanced courses for you, provided you have the prerequisite. You got to know how to build a guitar first. You don't just jump in and go, "Hey, I'm making a 5 neck through thing." No, you just don't. You gotta know how to build a guitar first. So,
And it's only 5 days.
It's only
and
5
it's
days.
only
yeah.
8 hours a day
Yeah.
minus lunch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
7
It's
and a half.
gonna go fast.
Yeah, and
If you want to make all that stuff and you can't cut your own nut slots, you need to go back a step, and that's okay. You know what I mean? You kind of got to start somewhere. So
And my whole deal with this class is hopefully this is the first of many guitars that you're going to build.
That's right.
And we're going to teach you some skills, and we're going to teach you some life lessons.
yeah,
You know, but
it's going to be a lot of really cool guitar building stuff, and this isn't the last guitar you will ever build. And I certainly
Hopefully
hope that
not.
it's that you expand on the information that we give you, and it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. So
yeah, it should be really cool.
yeah. So if you want to build a bass and you come to our Build Your Own Guitar workshop, at the end of it, you'll know how to build a bass. So
Yeah, and you can hopefully you can take the skills that you learn and go and do whatever else you want to build.
That's right.
And even if we don't cover it
that's right.
in the class.
Yeah, but I mean, people want to come and build an arch top in 5 days. No.
Yeah,
It's you can't do it.
Well, and you've seen where if you give people unlimited
Yep.
stuff,
Yep.
4 weeks in,
Yeah.
they don't have anything.
Yeah. And we've got 5 days, not 4 weeks.
Yeah, so
So-
and like you said, hell or high water, Friday.
Come
you're
hell
gonna
or high
play with
water,
the
you're gonna
guitar.
have something awesome
Yeah.
to go home with.
Yeah, and it's gonna be really fun, and
Yeah.
everybody's gonna learn a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's gonna be cool. So we got a request to show the Pine Casanova.
Oh, who
off a
wants to
little
know
bit.
that? Some dude?
Yeah, who was it? I don't know. It doesn't really matter, does it? Oh, Tiger, Panther, Fox.
I always want
Wanted
to say
to show
Tiger,
it.
Tiger, Pants
Yeah.
on Fire, which is not
Uh-huh.
right, but yeah.
Just the
So yeah, just the body's fine.
Actually, the neck has a
Yes.
very cool feature too.
Yeah, we'll show that too. So here.
So
is-
walk us through what this actually is, Chris.
So this is Beetle Kill Pine,
Colorado. beef.
Colorado Beetle Kill Pine. Would you grab one of those bodies underneath that bench right there? And we can show what it starts as and what it ends up as. Because I'm pretty jazzed at how it ended up. So this is what it looks like when you start, and it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And here's what it looks like with sealer and
You know,
clear.
some asshole is going, how does it start out looking like a Telecaster and end up looking like a Jazz Master?
The wood. I'm always like, yeah. So.
So yeah, the wood looks like this.
Mm-hmm. And these
In
are
its
actually the
raw
same
form.
board. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the raw. This is what it looks like after we machine it, and this is what it looks like after finish. And this is the first one that we've done that's got complete glossy hard
Mhm.
finish on it. We've done
Hard.
some hard. You said hard, and then you said wood. So anyway, yeah, it's pretty cool, and I did a little burst on it that I think
Thank
turned
you.
out pretty cool, and I'm pretty psyched on this because for a while it looked kind of green when we first sprayed it.
It
with
looked kind of blue,
sealer.
gray, green. And
Yeah, it was kind of ugly, I thought, in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
And now that it's finished, I'm like, oh yeah, this looks really cool. I like it a lot.
So, and this is the neck that you made, yes?
Yeah.
Get a load of that.
So, can you see that? So
That's
it's-
I love the headstock treatment. That's a real nice treatment.
Thanks, man. That's so that's debossed. That's maple showing through.
Very cool.
On that, yeah, and it's cool.
Mike Learn would be proud
Of what?
of your debossing.
My debossing.
technique there, yeah.
I can peel mask.
You know what we should do? I don't know if Mike. I think okay. Mike is still at the SEMA show. I think
Yeah.
we should see, and don't hold me to this, guys. But we should see if we can get Mike to come and just talk to everybody during the class. That'd be awesome. I don't know if he would do it, but I'm gonna ask him if he's in town. If he's
Yeah.
in town, and if he'd be willing to do that. So anyway,
Yeah. I thought this would be more blue too.
who wants to know? Well, you know. So that's the thing. You could have done a dark blue
Yeah.
burst.
I was worried that if we did blue,
It would
that
look
it would
too
make
much
this
like the
more
Fender.
green.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which I didn't want. So I thought if I do a little bit of gray, it'll make this look a little grayer, which it kind of did.
You put a pickguard on there and that Mastery trem unit on it.
Yeah,
It looks really,
really
sweet.
good. Yeah, and yeah, I thought this wood was going to be like crazy blue, and you'd put clear on it, and it would be this neat blue color.
It didn't get bluer. It just got it
Yeah.
got kind of grayer. Yeah.
Yeah, so there
What
you
was-
go.
Then what? Now I'm hanging.
Uh,
I'm free falling.
worst guitar player.
Is that
guitar player you hate?
Are we done with
I
class
guess,
stuff and,
yeah,
and
I
pine
think so.
guitar
We
stuff?
can always come back to that stuff
Can
too.
always come back.
Yeah.
Can always come back. Is there anything else before we
When we
move
get
on?
a chance to push the button on the CNC machine.
Yeah, you can go. I think we could probably find you a CNC machine, and you can push the button as much as you want.
Yeah. Somebody asked,
Who wants to know that?
was that dye or stain on that one? The only color that I did was the gray burst on the outside. Everything else was natural, clear finishes on it.
But let me add a wrinkle there. What's added to the paint, to the urethane, is dye, not stain. Okay?
Okay.
Just in case they wanted to know that.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to know if they can there was a bunch of CNC nonsense at the beginning of this.
What's that now?
There was a buttload of CNC nonsense in the comment section.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
Cool.
why people want me to use CNC. I mean, if you guys, if you like CNC, use CNC. I don't give a toss what you use. I don't have a dog in that hunt. What else?
There's so many comments, and it's just like you got to try and filter through, something that's entertaining, or not that's entertaining because it's all entertaining, but
It
or
is.
that's pertinent to what we're talking about.
It's like the
Yeah.
road warrior in the comment section sometimes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right. Well, let's move forward.
All right.
Let's change. We're like a half hour in. Let's go ahead
Uh-huh.
and move forward. Unless you got something, or you can just
Andy
laugh.
the Saint says maybe some of your students would want to work on an F-hole Challenger.
They might.
That guitar actually got worked on this week
Mm-hmm.
and is looking more and more like a guitar. And yeah.
Yeah, the neck is set in.
Uh-huh.
It's ready for. It's in the queue for finish actually.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yep.
But Andy, your other guitar actually is.
That one's actually further along.
It somehow
Yeah.
or another got. Yeah.
Well, it's got sealer on it, and it's got.
Well, but it doesn't have frets,
No, but
so
but
it's not
got,
further along. It's just it
no, but
is.
it's,
And it is.
well, no, I mean further. Yeah, it's kind of.
If you want one by Christmas, that might be the one that you get. Anyway. Okay. So can we move on now? Will we
Yes.
go forward to worst or guitar players we don't like?
Yes.
Are you in the middle of something?
No, I'm just reading comments. Yes,
All right.
guitar players we don't like.
Guitar players we don't like. Ready? Go.
I like them all. Go ahead. You start.
I don't. Okay, so this was obviously a clickbait title, because last week we had our favorite guitar players, and everyone. I still get like people telling me Tony Iommi or somebody who they like, whatever. And half the time I don't know who those guys are. But this week we were kind of looking for a thing to do, and it came up guitar players we don't like. Now, keep in mind that I'm gonna say your favorite guitar players. I'm sure I'm gonna, but we can still be friends. Okay. My number one pick for guitar players that I'm not a fan of is probably gonna be Eric Clapton. Now, Eric Clapton is a better guitar player than I am, so when you type in Eric Clapton has more talent in his dick than you do in your whole body, okay, fine.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't mean I have to like Eric Clapton. You know what I mean? He's way more talented than I am, but I don't really care for Eric Clapton, and here's why. Eric Clapton is one of those guys who's so good that he can play anything. So he doesn't have to come up with anything that is completely original, because he can just pick and choose from different styles and make whatever he wants sound good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, juxtapose that with someone who, by his own admission, Bo Diddley has said, I couldn't play the stuff that I really wanted to play, so I had to make up my own thing that I could do, and he was an innovator because of that. Now,
Diddley said that?
yes, he did.
Okay.
He didn't say I'm an innovator, but he said I had to make up my own shit. You can't tell me that anybody in the world was cooler than Bo Diddley walking down those steps with that Jupiter Thunderbird, and all those white kids were just sitting in their seats but crapping their pants because Bo Diddley was so awesome. Now I get it, Eric Clapton, left wet spots for chicks too, but again, I'm not a huge fan of Eric Clapton. What?
You don't like Eric Clapton?
Eric Clapton.
Yeah.
All right, go. You got one, Chris?
Everybody's naming all of the ones. I think the people that most people hate. Jerry Garcia.
Okay.
Neil Young's in here.
Joe Boner Massa.
Joe Bonamassa's getting some hate.
Good.
Edge, Ted Nugent.
Okay.
So
So, some of these
Jack
people that
White-
you listed I like,
Jack
but I
White,
don't
Zach
care if you guys
Wild,
don't like them. I'm okay with that.
Steven Stills. Yeah.
Steven Stills got some hate today. Who was talking about
in the
Steven
shop.
Yeah, in the shop. Was it Brandon that
Brandon
was talking about
him
That's
in
funny.
that movie. Oh shoot, that
The-
documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
So
Carlos Santana?
Who's one of your? Oh
There's
man, I
one
love
that
that. I love that note Carlos Santana plays.
Yeah. Some people that I think I hate just because they play them so goddamn much.
See, and that's another thing too.
Which
You can
isn't
get
really
burned
fair.
the fuck out.
It's not.
on-
It's not their fault that they're famous.
Yeah.
I guess.
And I would sell out
yeah.
so fast it would make your head spin if given
Yeah,
half a chance.
yeah. Chris Hatton says Chuck Berry, he was always a sloppy mess, sucked live. I saw Chuck Berry, and I would agree. When I saw him, he sucked, and he was.
But that
late.
was his whole shtick was like he didn't really have a band that went with him. So
he
yeah,
hired,
that could be
he
part
hired.
of it.
Yeah,
There was different guys every night.
yeah. But I've seen early clips of him, and he was really, really good and really, really entertaining. But yeah, later on,
I think Chuck Berry got worked over by the music industry too,
yeah,
didn't he?
yeah. Well, and in life in general. I mean,
Did he?
he
Okay.
can't spend time in prison. And, yeah, all sorts of for a man act. That's a man act.
What is a man act?
I don't know.
Well, then how do you know?
He transported an underage girl across state lines.
Oh boy,
That's a man act.
So who's one of your? And this is in no particular order, guys. So
One of my. Keep talking and I'll think of another.
just blurt it out. Just blurt it out.
No, I don't. I've never understood.
Here we go.
Honestly, Jimi Hendrix has just always left me cold. I don't hate him, but I've never really gotten the whole Jimi Hendrix
One of the
thing.
things about Hendrix that has always been peculiar to me was everybody thought that he was the greatest thing at the time, and that's not really accurate. There were some monster guitar players who were contemporaries of Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Hendrix would have even said that, you know. But when you see that Woodstock movie, they don't show you Leslie West.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about this last time. Just because you were at Woodstock and you weren't as good as Hendrix doesn't mean that there was nobody else who was playing around that time who wasn't also good. Now, Hendrix did some neat shit, but yeah, my Hendrix phase was over pretty early.
Yeah. Yeah, and maybe I'm just not. He plays over my head.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of guys that do that. I could never really get into Steve Vai. I don't hate him.
I was just gonna say
but
Steve Vai is
Steve-
one.
And I was really into Satriani for a while, and then it was like, oh well, yeah, Steve Vai took lessons from Satriani, and they're
So, yeah.
so I was like, oh, I should probably like this Vai guy, and I just never could get into it, and I think it's too musically advanced for me. I'm a 3 chords and
The Truth?
Well, yeah, 3 chords and a lie.
Yeah, well, but the
kind
thing
of a
about
guy.
like when you start talking about like virtuoso guitar players and guys who are way better than any man has a right to be, Eddie Van Halen comes up a lot and Steve Vai comes up a lot, and you look at those two guys, and both like super amazing ability players. I could listen to Eddie Van Halen all day.
Yeah.
Steve Vai I'd get bored with after. I'm like, wow, I can't believe how awesome this guy is. Can we listen to? Is there any AC/DC in the CD player we could listen to? Because yeah. Some and now having said that, I think Steve Vai with like as a solo thing is boring as fuck. Steve Vai in a band is probably like, whoa, I can't believe, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You've got something else
probably.
going
Yeah.
on that's more than just, hey everybody, it's Steve Vai, and he like does a bunch of virtuoso guitar acrobatic stuff. and I lose interest because I like sloppy and fast and loud.
Yeah.
That's just me. So,
Mm-hmm. There you go.
what are some of the people that? I'll see if read some names. I'll see if I can vamp off some of those.
Esteban. Everybody likes Esteban.
Remember the Esteban guitars that you could buy for like $100?
Yeah, what happened to that?
I don't
Did
know
you ever
what
see
happened.
one of those?
No, I did see one of those Toby Keith guitars though, which
Oh,
were
yeah.
equally craptastic. I'm betting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to say that the guy who had the Toby Keith guitar also had an Esteban guitar.
Yeah.
Like he was working on a collection of the suckiest bullshit you could signature model guitars. Maybe I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I was in California and we went to a pawn shop
Uh-huh.
that was kind of known for having a lot of musical instruments.
Yeah.
Not good musical instruments, and they had, and I like to go places and play what's the best acoustic on the wall.
Ooh.
And that guitar,
Was not it.
and I didn't even realize what it was. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
and like you pick
Oh, it
them up
didn't
and you
say
look
Esteban?
Well, it did,
Okay.
but I didn't look at that. I just grabbed the guitar and started looking, and then realized that it was an Esteban, and it felt like a piece of cardboard. It was the single
was probably
worst
really close to
feeling
it, yeah.
acoustic. It was weirdly heavy,
Yeah.
which you wouldn't think. It felt like a big chunk of plastic covered cardboard is
Wow.
what it felt like, and it was, I think it was bowing and twisting and doing all sorts of weird stuff. So
Yikes.
it was really horrible.
You know, and I want to say those were steel string guitars. The Esteban guitars should have been. I'm gonna alienate a lot of people.
Yeah.
Should have been classical guitars because you can kind of get away because there's less string tension. You can get away with more of that bullshit on a nylon string guitar.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, classical guitars that are very well made are way more money than a steel string guitar has any right to be. So.
Yeah.
But a shitty, okay, if it was up to me, I would much prefer a shitty classical guitar than a shitty steel string guitar.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
So you want some names?
Mhm.
Eric Johnson.
Ooh, Eric Johnson had one song that I remember.
Yeah, Cliffs of Dover.
Yeah, which was awesome. And you don't really hear it very often anymore. Maybe you did. And I probably heard it a lot in Texas when I was there, but you don't hear it very often now.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, and Eric Johnson was one of those dudes who like would geek out over every little teeny tiny micro thing.
Claimed he could tell the difference between
Yeah, that was
9-volt
yeah,
batteries.
which 9-volt.
Or how drained they
Did
were.
he ever say that he could like that's a Duracell, that's an Energizer, or could he say that I like them? I think what he said was he liked them when they were like mostly
they were
used up.
Mostly used up.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is probably a thing.
Carlos
maybe, but
Santana
some of
used to
the-
say, I like the way that my guitar sounded when I had a 50-foot cord. So that
cord,
in the
yeah.
original Paul Reed Smith guitars, there was the sweet switch. Remember that?
No.
And what the sweet switch did was supposed to sound like your signal degraded through however much cord Carlos Santana
Yeah,
used to use. It
yeah.
had a resistor or some bullshit. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, it was so popular they don't offer it anymore. The sweet
Yeah.
switch. My very first Paul Reed Smith had a sweet switch.
Cool. I think Albert Collins liked 100 feet of cord,
Hmm.
no matter where he was playing.
Okay.
So yeah.
Even if it's like a tiny stage, you still had a big
Still
wrap
had
of
100 feet of
That's
cord.
funny.
Yeah, yeah. Which seems like a lot, but it's
100
not really
feet.
that much. I mean, if you're playing with 50 or
Yeah, it's not
20 feet
100
of-
yards of cord. It's 100 feet.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe I read the thing wrong.
100
Yeah.
yards of
100
cord.
inches of cord. Yeah.
So Eric Johnson was another one of those Hendrix, like total Hendrix geeks who like loved everything. He even had the majorette jacket, which a lot of guys cop that look.
Yeah.
but
Oh, yeah. Yep. Ace Frehley, way overrated.
Ace Frehley. Okay, I'm gonna go right out and say it. Kiss as a whole is way overrated. I don't know.
I think early Kiss, like that first album, or even before that, when it was this brand new thing and they
Sure.
were young and hungry,
Yeah.
was kind of a cool thing and kind of a cool theatric.
Mhm.
But then it became this whole other thing, and now
Yeah.
we're 40 years into it,
Yeah.
and it's just become something that it wasn't before. It's just ridiculous now, but I kind of deep dove into some really early Kiss
Yeah,
stuff.
you like
and
about
some-
74 stuff
some
where they like
demo
right after they got
stuff,
signed.
and
yeah.
it was actually really cool. And it was like, if you think about 1974 and you go to a club and you see that,
Mm-hmm.
you'd be blown away.
I was 4.
Yeah, so
Actually,
was
I was 3,
so I wasn't there.
except for when I was 4 for 2 months of 1974.
But I mean, that had to be really cool, and they were
Yeah.
pretty cool live. I mean, as far as, at least if the video's good, it had to be awesome live.
Well, so what's your favorite Kiss song?
My favorite Kiss song,
I bet you it's the same as mine.
of I like Strutter is my favorite.
Oh, I
Kiss
was gonna
song.
say Hard Luck Woman,
Oh wow,
which
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
go with the whole makeup and shit.
No,
That's a
no.
Rod
I was
Stewart
gonna-
song.
Yeah, that's yeah, and which is why I didn't say that one.
But that's a jam. I love that song.
Yeah, it's cool.
You know.
Did you ever see the version they did with what's his face, the country guy?
Glenn Campbell,
No,
Steve Earle.
no,
That'd be
never mind.
funny, dude. Steve Earle and Kiss.
Yeah.
Doing Hard Luck Woman.
Yeah.
That's what I
No, it
want
was
to see.
Garth Brooks.
Oh,
And
so I wasn't too far off of Steve Earle
No,
in
they
terms
did it
of-
on. I think they did it on the Tonight Show or something like that.
I remember there was like a I didn't see that.
Okay.
Can I preempt you though? I remember
it was
there was
pretty good, and
there. I want to say there was like a Vincent Price's Halloween special, and they did Beth or something. What was
It was
people
the Paul
watching?
Lynde Christmas,
Paul
or
Lynde,
Christmas
Paul Lynde,
special.
Christmas
Yeah.
special.
No,
They
Paul
did-
Lynde Halloween special,
Which was
And they
basically
were-
like Shana Na, but with Paul Lynde.
Yeah,
That's funny.
well, and so the funny thing is, this that was like 76
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. No, it had to be later than that. 70.
I remember
77?
seeing it, so it
I
had
think
to
it
be
was
later,
77, and we didn't have there was no VCRs at least
No.
yet, and so I recorded the show on a cassette tape recorder, and then would listen to it back.
Of Beth, which was probably just a recording. They just
Yeah, and
lip-synced it, right?
yeah.
Because yeah, Gene Simmons is standing around the.
But anyway, yeah. So, because Kiss was big in our neighborhood, we had some neighbor kids that would put Kiss shows on, which I think really was just a.
I remember when kids would
reason
do
to
that shit. Yeah,
put makeup
yeah,
on.
dress up
Yeah,
like
dress
Kiss
up like
and
Kiss.
lip sync to Kiss.
Yeah, and they were deadly serious about it.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
as serious as you
Sure,
could be
sure.
about pretending to be a rock band.
So there were tribute Kiss bands before there were tribute bands. they were the ultimate tribute band. All right, let's get back to some of our
people that we
guitar
hate.
players that we're not fans of.
Yeah. Pete
Some-
Townsend. We were talking about.
Yeah, we
Pete
were talking
earlier
about Pete
today.
Townshend earlier today too. Pete Townshend to me isn't really a guitar player. He's more of an innovator, like what he would do with synthesizers and recording than he was guitar playing to me.
Yeah, I don't know enough about him.
I don't either.
There's some awesome Who records.
Oh
you
yeah,
know? I mean,
totally.
just,
yeah.
you put them on. Well, and the funny thing is, when I was growing up, I would hear, the Who on the radio.
Yeah.
But I
What's
never
your
had a
favorite Who song?
I don't know. There's a lot.
Mine's Baba O'Reilly. Is that yours too?
Sure.
Yeah.
But you get but you'd hear a song. And okay.
Thank you.
But if you get the record and you play the record or a CD or a tape or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and you listen to the whole thing, it's like holy shit.
Yeah, it was a
you
whole.
know?
Yeah, you're right.
It's a whole thing.
It
It's a whole
wasn't
like
just
concept.
one song.
Yeah, it's not.
And I also
Yeah.
want to change my thing. Baba O'Reilly's not my favorite Who song. It's
Okay.
Pictures of Lily.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, and I don't know. Also,
Keith Moon was the Who. With no Keith Moon, there's no Who. That to me
You
is like
think?
dude's blowing shit up and he's going crazy. Yeah, and like especially in some of that earlier stuff, like Pictures of Lily. I mean he's fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
There's no band without Keith Moon.
yeah,
If there was
that's
no
probably
Keith
true.
Moon, you'd have never heard I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway,
You know, Keith Moon is said to have drowned in a pool of his own vomit.
are you sure it was his?
Do you know how long it takes to fill up a pool? Just saying. No diving.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got?
Yep.
Just blast one off there.
John Entwistle is the Who.
Okay, who said
guess.
that?
Andy.
Andy the Saint said that?
No, Andy Mandiak.
Okay.
Mandiak. Malmsteen.
You Wing Wee.
Yeah.
So Wing Wee Malmsteen, I don't really know anything about it. Remember he had that band Alcatraz, which
Yeah.
was like his I'm in a band thing, not I'm a solo guy with a zillion cabinets, one of which has speakers in it. And I think all of those Malmsteen cabinets were real cabinets. I don't know, and I don't care. What do you have any else? Who else you got, Chris? That you're like this dude every time.
Jimmy Page. No, that's not me. That's somebody else said Jimmy Page.
Okay, I
Sloppy
again,
player.
my Led Zeppelin phase came really early
Yeah.
and went pretty fast. You can't take stuff away from Led Zeppelin, but I'm not a fan. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Ted Nugent's getting some.
Ted Nugent's getting hate. Do you think
Yeah.
Ted Nugent's getting hate because of his playing or his politics?
Well, that's what one person said was I like Ted when he's playing.
Yeah.
But then once he starts talking, Ted used to be on a local radio show.
A lot, yeah.
And I always found him really, really entertaining because it wasn't political. It was just Ted being Ted.
Really?
And he was talking about hunting and I mean, it was always over the top, but it was always really entertaining.
My thing with Ted Nugent is he always, like, he grabs onto something and he says it over and over and over again. Like, barbecue sauce is rocket fuel of the gods. It's not, Ted. It's barbecue sauce. And as a philosopher, I think Ted Nugent has a lot going for him. Wang dang, sweet poon tang. Yank me, crank me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, stuff like that. That's like really, really philosophical, deep stuff like that. Ted Nugent is almost unbeatable. But yeah, he gets going, and I even kind of share a lot of the Ted Nugent gun policies.
Yeah.
But man, I don't think I could hang out with Ted Nugent. So I watched. Did you watch the Joe Rogan thing with Ted Nugent?
No.
It was painful, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. The David Lee Roth was another one where it was just like this 2 hours of madness, and it was hard to watch.
Yeah.
But
Well, and that's the other thing is, when he was on the radio and I was enjoying
Yeah.
him, it was 5 or 10
Yeah,
minutes, and then
yeah.
that was that. And yeah, if it's much more than that, it would probably drive me insane.
Yeah.
And listening to some of his albums and like his live stuff, holy shit, man!
dude,
I
it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just
Over the top, cool. Yeah. Ted
always
Nugent, awesome
yeah,
shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So
You know what it makes me
that's
think
cool.
of, Chris? You've got to pretend your face is a Maserati. You've got to. And so, yeah. Just, I mean,
Yeah.
not all the time, but yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
once or
so,
A week.
um,
Who has anybody
Well,
else?
then everybody was just talking about. Mrs. Toast says that we suck without her.
Yeah, well, it's not. If only you had a car.
Yeah.
She's at home eating all my chili, I bet.
About C Deville.
CC
Oh,
DeVille.
so we've got the Peanut Gallery has said C Deville. Now, I'm going to say something crazy controversial that's going to alienate 99% of the audience when I say this.
Okay.
Poison is the band that at least 2 members of the Sex Pistols wanted to be.
Okay.
That just happened.
I don't really.
Now,
Explain
maybe
that.
not Johnny Rotten, maybe not Glenn Matlock, but probably Glenn Matlock. But absolutely, Paul Cook and Steve Jones wanted to be in Poison. And CC DeVille had those crazy cool double stop. I mean, you get past the big hair and the BC Rich, wall of BC Rich Ironbirds and stuff, which I still think are cool. And CC DeVille was, I mean, he's fun to make fun of, but I loved C DeVille because I'm into that old school, straight up rock and roll shit. And C DeVille, I think, was too. He just got way into the I'm in leather pants that are I have to wear a diaper with because all the coke I do. I hear. I don't know. But yeah, I thought C DeVille was an awesome guitar player, especially in a band. I don't think I'd want to hear the C DeVille instrumental recording. Is that a thing? I don't think it is. So yeah. Who's that guy? Steven Crowder, who does the thing, who's like the prove me wrong. So yeah.
Okay.
So the Sex Pistols wanted to be Poison. Prove me wrong. Okay.
There you go.
What is it? Anyone say anything else about C DeVille?
There's a lot of hate for C DeVille going on.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
I wonder
C
why.
DeVille was the worst guitar player to ever get famous.
Why? Okay, so why is that? I mean, I'm okay with that if that's what you
I
think.
don't know.
But yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Matt, because
Lance, if you're way over there, then we can't hear you. So yeah, this is a thing that happened. It came up that if we can't hear who's behind the camera, then that's no good. And what people get is me and Chris doing like this. So yeah, so what is it about C DeVille? And we'll move quickly.
Yeah, it's really quick. I'm in agreement with you because
Yeah.
he was the guy that was out of step with the rest of the hair guys.
Oh yeah.
He was a throwback. And because
Yeah.
he stood out as a throwback and he wouldn't do all the cool tricks and all that kind of stuff, he got a name for himself.
I still think that the C DeVille could have been in New York Dolls. And you would have loved C DeVille if he was playing guitar 10 years before in New York. The New York Dolls, specifically. Anyway, what else we got?
Cobain is the worst to get famous.
Ooh, I couldn't agree more.
Yes.
Kurt Cobain had one good song.
Was it his?
Probably not, yeah.
I like those guys okay.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I
I mean,
remember
it's
the
not my
first time.
favorite band, but
I can tell you
but
where
that first
I
album's
was.
pretty freaking
Yeah,
cool.
I did like the first album,
Yeah.
but you know why I bought the first album was because I can tell you where I was. I was on the corner of Evans and Downing, going
Yeah.
south,
Mm-hmm.
and Smells Like Teen Spirit was on, and I'm like, holy shit! I can't believe stuff like this is getting played on the regular radio.
Yeah.
And I went out and bought the album, and it went from like way up super cool to way down not so cool really, really fast.
Yeah.
But that song just came out and just smacked you in the ball sack.
Yeah, I like that
Hey,
one.
speaking of smacking in the ball sack, how about Zach Wilde? Don't you hate him?
Yeah, I'm gonna kick him in the nuts. No, Matt thinks I'm going to, but I'm not going to. Yeah. What that whole Smells Like Teen Spirit thing, and they even played it on like Headbangers Ball.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then Alice in Chains' Man in the Box came out, and that seemed even heavier, or even I don't want to use the G word,
Go ahead.
grungier.
Grungier? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but it was like, oh, that's yeah. The rest of those guys, yeah, that's that, I guess, right?
I didn't.
You weren't you're not.
I wasn't
Chains
down with
guy.
the whole grunge scene
Yeah.
thing. I don't know why.
I wasn't
You think
like
I would be.
wholly on board, but there was some pretty cool stuff.
Okay.
Some of those bands were really cool.
Yeah, I think they all got caught up in a name, which is part of the problem. Because I'm a
Well-
I like Soundgarden. I like.
Yeah.
Could be.
I can't think. Who'd you just say?
Nirvana.
I don't remember.
No, not Nirvana.
Oh.
The one after that.
Pearl
Alice in
Jam,
Chains.
some of those
Yeah.
Those are rock
Yeah.
bands. Pearl Jam, they're
Yeah,
straight ahead rock
yeah,
bands.
yeah.
They're just rock bands that had a little bit of a punk edge to them.
Well,
and we're underground.
Yeah, and they were
That's it.
they were all from a place, and they got pigeonholed into
So they all
into
became,
some
yeah.
name. But yeah. So it's amazing all that.
Mrs. Toast wants me to
90s
bring
stuff.
home alcohol, and I will, baby.
Yeah, that '90s stuff. I know way more of that stuff than I should.
Oh yeah.
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 For because I should have been more out of it than I was. I think. But
Carrie
anyway.
Ann tells you to shut it again. I don't know what that's about, but yeah, she's on her tear.
Be quiet.
Do you know how much I love Mrs. Toast?
I think we're.
She's totally cool.
Nutter Guitars is here. Cobain, we never.
No
was
way.
never any
Okay, so
good
here's
ever.
the okay. All right, everybody who's watching, I don't know who you are, but if Nutter is here, here's the difference between us. He actually knows all these fucking guys.
Oh, and he says, and Jack White is the Kurt Cobain that lived.
Ah!
Holy cow, man. That's rough.
Hey, since Brian is watching for at least for now, he will be at the Winter NAMM show, and you should if you're going to the Winter NAMM show, please go and stop by Brian's booth.
And kick him in the nuts.
Don't kick him in the nuts. Or we're not going this year, are we?
No, we're not.
So maybe, just maybe, maybe Brian can swing back through and stop by and see us at the new shop. But we'll see. We're not going to hold him to that.
Yeah. Somebody asked what's wrong with Zach.
Yeah, well, I think what it was we did a video many years ago.
Yeah.
About like the dumb guitar designs.
Yeah, it was dumbest guitar design.
Yeah, and there was, which we should revisit. And one of them was those goofball things that got sold exclusively through Guitar Center that had the Zachy Wilde bullseye things. And they were bad. They were really bad. And
Really bad.
I said, these are so bad, when we go to the NAMM show, if we see Zach Wilde, Chris is going to kick him in. And I threw Chris under the bus. And so
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with Zach Wilde.
No, I would.
Unless you don't like pinch harmonics, there's nothing wrong with Zach Wilde.
And I think I'd actually like hanging out with the guy, and I would call him Sir.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
he's
Oh, yeah.
much
Because he's a
larger than
fucking
me.
Viking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is. So, yeah.
What else we got? So Nutter was saying that Jack White is the Kurt Cobain who left. Jack White is another one of those guys who had one good song.
Yeah. What was that?
That Seven Nation. That was catchy, and I'm like, wow, that's cool. And then it just sort of, yeah.
It took me a minute to learn how to play it on the bass.
Yeah. It was
and that
neat,
it.
but that was it.
It's fun. He's one of those guys though that I think, in a lot of ways, gets. I mean, he unfairly slagged because he got famous, and I don't know that he was necessarily looking to get like that, but I think he's a true almost historian of music, and
Is he? Okay.
yeah, I mean I think if you don't like his music, you don't like his music, but I don't think he's a jackass or anything like that.
He's a jackass.
He's just a Jack White, yeah. So
What was that like? There's supposed to be a Jack White and a Jack Black. Is that a real thing? The gray Jack, whatever the fuck it is.
I don't know.
It's got those. That'd be funny. I don't know if it's true.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So, I think we're.
Have we? Is there anyone else of substance that we need to hack on for just a little bit?
No, I don't think so. I think there's a lot of people that got left out of this,
Oh yeah.
but whatever. I try not to focus on the people I hate.
If we did
Who's the guy that
singers-
plays for REO Speedwagon? Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do
yeah.
singers.
Guys
Let's do
who-
singers next time.
Yeah.
Rock and roll singers you hate.
Ragdoll living in the movie.
Yeah.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
On the
On the
W.
WB. I'm sorry, Steven Tyler. You suck. So, anyway, yeah, we should do bands that we hate. Bands that if they weren't famous and you heard them on a Tuesday night at the Lion's Lair, would you like them?
Yeah, that's a good
And that's
one.
the thing. Like, if you, there's no way you can do this with bands like Led Zeppelin or something. But you could take REO Speedwagon and say, if you've never heard REO, because who the fuck did REO Speedwagon influence? But if you said, okay, like that, remember, that Beatles movie where the guy can, all of a sudden everybody forgets who the Beatles are, who is another band that I'm not a fan of. And he like starts singing their songs. You know the one I'm talking about? I don't know what the fuck it's called. But if you had never heard, no one had ever heard of REO Speedwagon, and you saw him on a Tuesday night at the Lion's Lair, REO Speedwagon, you'd be like, who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah.
What did they bring to the party musically? Nothing. Okay.
I guess. They got that one song about riding the storm out.
Somebody, so, I did that thing with Ryan Burke on 60 Cycle Hum at the NAMM show, the summer NAMM show, and it published not long ago. And I went off on a tear about like bands that I didn't like, and if I never heard them again, I'd be okay with that in that video.
What video was this now?
That's the 60 cycle hum video of us
Oh
at the Summer Jam show.
yeah.
And Ryan was cool enough. He
Yeah,
posted
I'm
it
sitting
late,
there
and
going-
I'm like, I don't think he's gonna post it, and then he did it. And I was just going off on bands that I didn't like, and if I never heard them again, I'd be okay with it. And one guy was like, "Those guys have more talent than blah 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 blah." And I'm like, sir, I think you own every single REO Speedwagon on vinyl. Anyway,
Yeah.
so which is I can't think of a better insult. Like, maybe fuck you, cock breath. But other than that,
That or you own all
Yeah,
the REO
yeah.
Speedwagon
Other than that-
on 120 gram vinyl. Way to go! All right.
all right.
Yeah. Cool.
What else we got?
The expensive stuff. So people are starting to talk about their least favorite bands, and Doug Deeper brought up the Shags, which is hilarious.
I don't know the
Just
shit.
because the Shags are these three sisters whose father was convinced that they had musical talent,
Okay.
and he went out and bought them gear and all this, and then they didn't really learn how to play, but it didn't matter to
Yikes.
him, and they went and they recorded an album, and
It
it is
didn't matter to him.
just awful.
Was it as bad as the Del
horrible.
Rubio triplets?
I don't know them. So
They were on Pee Wee's
maybe.
Playhouse.
Oh,
I think they were like old ladies too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
when they were
maybe.
on Pee Wee's
Yeah,
Playhouse.
so-
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's pretty funny.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I am going to go home and attempt to sleep tonight, but I don't think I'm going to sleep very much.
Yeah.
Did you get a good night's sleep last night, Chris?
I did okay last night. Yeah.
I did okay last night too, but I don't think I'm going to sleep very well tonight because I'm so excited. I'm like a kid on Christmas Eve because tomorrow is our first Bill Drone Guitar Workshop, and I'm so excited to have people come and hang out and spend the week with us in the shop, see what they come up with, and I'm totally jazzed. And I know you are too.
It's gonna be really fun. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah,
yeah.
it's gonna be great.
So we will have live videos this week of the guitar building class. There are numerous like lecture-y things that we're going to talk about. Tone wood, we're going to talk about finish, we're going to talk about truss rods, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about all this great stuff. And if you're signed up, I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to see you. It's going to be so cool. But I have to take some of the alcohol in the fridge home to Mrs. Toast because she wants some of it. So, so I'm going to do that. And thank you for joining us, everyone. If you like content like this, please give us the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, I saw El Rondo has been around since we only had 200 subscribers. That's been a while. If you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button. And I'm betting everybody watching has already. But if you haven't, please hit the subscribe button. And what else? If you like content like this, you might want to go over to our Patreon page and consider becoming a member. Even $1 a month goes a long way to helping us bring you guys cool stuff like this. If you pay a little bit more, you get a t-shirt if you bother me. Right? If you can't do Patreon, though, we totally get it. Please share these videos as many places as you can. It helps us get the word out because we've been kicked off of every guitar forum you can possibly imagine, especially the Les Paul forum and the Fender forum. That's one. You're still on one or two, aren't you?
People, yeah.
But they don't know you're associated with me. is probably-
Some people do.
They
some
do?
People, yeah, I think I don't get a lot of. There's some people that don't like me because of some of that.
Because of me, probably.
Well,
That's
and then there's
fucked
other
up.
people that are like, whatever. Seems like a decent enough.
You're a
guy.
super cool guy.
But yeah.
You're one of my favorite people in the whole world.
Thanks, Matt.
It's you, Magic Mike's kid, Brian Nutter, that guy who looks like Rob Zombie, all those dudes.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
Anyway.
so,
Anyway, guys, so thanks for joining us this week. We had a great time, and we'll see you next Sunday where we're going to tell you all about the class. Stay tuned for live videos of the class, etc., etc. Oh, shit, the cops just pulled up.
Cops
outside.
are here.
I'm not
We
even
gotta
fucking
go.
around. Oh,
They really are.
well, let's show everybody. No, actually, yeah, open up the window. It might be like an ambulance.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
There were,
I don't even know that they can see it.
come on.
All right, let's be done.
No, drag it out there. They want to see it.
No, that's dumb.
it's a semi that's pulled over by a cop.
Oh, a semi
right.
got pulled over. Thanks
See
for
you
watching,
later.
everybody. We'll see you next time.